This is exercise 4-9. In this exercise, we're going to create a view template. I am on View Templates Revit file from my book downloads. The first thing that we're going to do is activate the level 1 floor plan, and we want to activate the annotate ribbon. So annotate toolbar up here, we want to select tag all. You get a dialog box that pops up, tag all not tagged, and it says to highlight the wall tags, fire ratings as the tag to be used, and press OK. So it says, please note the wall tag fire rating is a custom family. It was preloaded into this exercise, but it's also included with the exercise files on the publisher's website for your use. So that may come in handy later. Please remember that. Okay, we're going to say OK. And then we're going to zoom in to inspect the tags. So now you can see that these walls are labeled as with a 2-hour fire rating or a 1-hour fire rating. The next step, in the Properties pane, we are going to click on None, the None button next to the View Template. So we're going to scroll down until we find View Template, and then we're going to look right here, click on None. You see another dialog box that pops up here. It says to highlight the architecture plan and select the duplicate button at the bottom of the dialog box. So duplicate. We should type fire rating in the name field, and then we're going to press OK. And then we're going to select the edit button next to the visibility and graphics, which is V/G, visibility and graphics override filters. Select the edit button. And we're going to select the edit new button at the bottom of the dialog box. In here we're going to select new, and we are going to call this 2-hour fire rating. Whoops. And we're going to say OK. We're going to place a check next to walls, so we have to scroll down and find walls. We're going to place a check next to hide unchecked categories. Okay, so that hide unchecked categories is right here. Alright, that's much easier to see what we have selected now. Now we're going to set the filter rules to filter by fire rating. So we have to find the fire rating equals 2-hour. So we're going to write in 2-hour. And then we're going to press, or actually, I could have done that. There we go, 2-hour. Press apply. And apply just saves the changes that you've done so far. And OK saves the changes and closes the dialog box. Okay. So now we're going to right-click on the 2-hour fire rating filter, and we are going to select duplicate. And we see the duplicated version down here. We're going to right-click on that and say rename, and we want to rename this 1-hour fire rating. And then say OK. We're going to place a check next to walls, which it still is, and then place a check next to hide unchecked categories for the 1-hour fire rating. Now we're going to set the filter rules, and we're just going to change this to equals 1 hour and then hit apply. Then we're going to say OK. Now in here we're going to click the add button, and we want to hold down the control key on our keyboard so that we can select the 1-hour and 2-hour fire ratings, and then press OK. And now they've put them into this dialog box. So you see 2 fire rating filters listed. If you didn't place both of them at the same time, no big deal. Just go back and say add, and you can add them. Alright. Now we want to highlight the 2-hour fire rating, and we want to select a filter for the pattern. So we're going to click right here, pattern override, and we're looking for the 2-hour, that's not what I wanted, the 2-hour fill pattern, which is right here. And we're going to say OK. We're going to select the pattern color. Let's go back in there. We're going to make that pattern color blue. And now we're going to say OK. So we have blue, and then a 2-hour hatch, and it's checked as visible. Okay. Then we're going to highlight the 1-hour fire rating, and we want to override the pattern for this. We're going to change this pattern color to magenta. Okay, and then we want the pattern to be a 1 hour, and then we'll say okay. Now we're going to continue. Just make sure you look at the images quickly here, or carefully, I'm sorry. We need to change the cut patterns too. So we need to override the cut pattern so that is the same. So we have blue here, okay, and then the 2-hour override or fire rating, and then here we're going to use magenta, and that pattern is going to be for the 1 hour. Okay. So now if we say apply, and then okay, and then okay. Okay, now you can see the patterns on the walls. The other thing that I did is, if you're still having trouble, is over here in the view template, I changed the detail level to fine, which showed me a little bit more detail. So if you're having some trouble still seeing the patterns, you may need to do that. Okay, and it looks like the 1 hour, oh, there it is. The magenta is showing up. It's just kind of spaced out a little bit more. Alright, so we have those set up on the screen. Now we're going to activate the level 2 plan. In the properties pane, we're going to scroll down to the view template again, click on none, and we're going to highlight fire rating. We're going to press apply, and then we're going to say okay. And now you can see that those walls with the hatches have been shown on this drawing as well. If it's too hard to see, let's see what it looks like on medium detail actually, and then hitting apply. Is it a little bit easier? Maybe. How about, let's go to coarse, and then hit apply. Yeah, actually coarse is best. Okay, so we'll put it back on coarse detail level right here. That should be for both levels. Level 1, yep, as well. That looks a lot better. Alright, and then we're going to go to level 3, and we're going to change the view template here. Also, we're going to click on fire rating and hit apply, and make sure that that still says coarse, and we're going to say okay. And now you can zoom in and you can see that hatch pattern a little bit better, and you can see the colors much better than you could before. Please note that the 1 hour, 2 hour, and 3 hour hatch patterns are custom fill patterns provided inside this exercise file. The pattern files are included with the exercise files on the publisher's website for your use if you need to use them again in another exercise.